it's not buying it, you know. Well, it is crazy times. We've had the best month in 10 months. No, since October. This has been the best month since last October. So I mean, the numbers have been great, and now the numbers we got from the government today have been great. But we look forward, and this is why the market's down today. We're looking at possible inflation. You saw personal income, which is great to see for the average person. It was up nicely, really sharply, but that was on the back of those $1,400 stimuluses. Spending, again, up on the back of the stimuluses. So those things eventually are going to come back to bite us. There's no question about it. And inflation, although PCE a little higher, but we got to watch it going forward, because that's the real killer to any market is inflation, more so than even these crazy taxes Biden's got going. But right now, you're not seeing that because it's too early. But come all critical September, October, Christmas shopping time, you could see inflation. I mean, it's picking up a little right now in lumber prices. Lumber prices, if you're building a new house, are $36,000 more than they were last year because of lumber. So that's picking up there. You're going to see food prices pick up because gasoline prices are going to go up. They're up a little at the pump. As we go forward, they're going to come up more and more. So that's going to hit. And once that hits, you'll see this market probably sell off at some point. And even the Fed, even Powell said, you could see this thing spike up a little here, inflation. You're not seeing it now. That's why people say, why is the market off? I mean, numbers were great. Yes, but we're looking forward. This could be as good as the market gets all year. I'll be honest with you. No, it seemed this year people think we're in a little bubble where people think this inflation is going to kick in. And like I just mentioned, this may be as good a quarter as we get for the conceivable future because of inflation, because of taxes. So we'll have to wait and see. A lot of our clients are putting their money in the 10-year, although it's not moving yet. 10 years still here. And going to cash, putting it in safe deposit boxes, which is crazy, but that's where they're putting it. I'd rather put it in, in a 10-year, to be honest with you, than putting it in your safe deposit box. But that's the mentality out there to a lot of people, and that's where they're doing. They're putting cash away, just cash. And I predicted this, I think, on your show, that people are going to go into cash, get out of equities as inflation looks like it's going to spike up down the road. And the market, this may be as good as it gets this year. It's too early yet to worry about inflation unless you're a trader and you're planning down the road. For the average guy, he sees the numbers are good out there and maybe a chance to pick up some stocks here and end the year on a plus tick, which we could see. But again, we're looking ahead, and we think this could get out of hand because of all the spending going on. I mean, the Senate and the Democrats just signed, I think, $10 billion plan for infrastructure for highways today. So they're still doling out a lot of money out there. And eventually we're going to have to pay for this. There's no question about it. You just can't keep printing. And it's going to hit us in inflation. And that's going to be the stop killer. But I think in the meantime, you can still pick up some stock here and still have a couple of months. I would look for things to get dicey around September, October as we go into the holiday season. But I think we could have a good summer. Market could still go up. A lot of money still on the sideline, a lot of cash, like you mentioned out there. People might say, okay, let me just get in right now and make a few bucks before they put it away for the holiday season. It's a false reading. I mean, because of those $1,400 stimulus checks sent out to everybody, whether they needed it or not, people weren't working. And so it's really a false meaning. And I think that's going to come back more than anything to bite us, because it's almost like you get someone hooked on marijuana or on tobacco. They expect this $1,400 every month. And if they don't get it, it could become a problem. Productivity goes down. They don't want to work for less than they're getting on a stimulus check. So there's a whole host of problems. I think giving out money is not the right thing. You don't cure anything by giving out money like that. It's a short-term fix. And I think you're going to see those numbers come down next quarter big time. There's no more stimulus checks coming out. Supposedly, they're not going to come out. So if that happens, what are people going to do? So we'll see what happens. You can't keep giving out $1,400 checks. You really can't. Look at the blowout numbers we had in tech. I mean, look at Amazon. Amazon make $108 billion in sales this quarter. I mean, they tripled what they did last quarter. Great numbers, but yet the stock not really moving that much. All the big ones, Apple's down. I mean, they're all like kind of flat to down or up a little. Not much movement there. Again, I think at least the traders think this is as best as it gets. We'll see what happens. Now, Amazon's a different animal because of the pandemic. And now that they're rolling out more vaccines, people will probably go out shopping more. So you may see Amazon. That might be the best Amazon gets. But if this pandemic gets going again, Amazon will have another great. It's all Amazon at home shoppers because of the pandemic that brought those sales up. So if in fact the vaccine works and people are out there, then you could see Amazon coming in a little. So this might be the best it gets in this year too.